now let's go to the top story that we are tracking right now. It has been a big win coming in for Bilkis Bano. A short while back, we learned that the Supreme Court has overturned the Gujarat government decision to release 11 convicts who raped Bilkis Bano and killed her family during the 2002 Gujarat riots. And holding Bilkis Bano's request, challenging the remission as maintainable, a bench of the justices said the Gujarat government was not appropriate government to pass the remission under order as a trial was held in Maharashtra. Let's go ahead, viewers, and play out the reactions.
I was always saying from the beginning that Bilkis Bano case is a case where the BJP government had unnecessarily and deliberately sided with the convicted rapist. Bilkis was raped, her infant child was murdered. So basically it was Bilkis who put her life at risk and fought for justice, and the trial was held in Maharashtra. Now it is the BJP state government and the central government in Delhi which ensured that these rapists of Bilkis were released. And please remember that the two BJP MLAs in fact, gave a good character certificate to these convicted people. And one BJP MLA called them as a sanskari people. Now, today, Supreme Court has very clear, they said that the state of Gujarat acted in complicit with the convicts. And please remember that it is the Ministry of Home Affairs which gave them a clean chit by a letter of July 11, 2022. So even the ministry headed by Amit Shah is also complicit in ensuring that these rapists have been released. It exposes Narendra Modi's claim about Nari Shakti, law and order, when they are standing with these people who raped Bilkis Bano. And that is why I am of the opinion that the BJP should immediately react, and both the BJP state government and the central government headed by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi should apologize to Bilkis Bano. And we must send out a strong message that any rapist, whatever political ideology he belongs to, he should not be released.
Sir, the statements which were made by the MLAs in Gujarat was not the party line, but however we see that
they were appointed by the government on that committee. They were appointed, and please remember that it is the BJP MLAs who endorsed the release of these rapists. It is the BJP MLA who called them sanskari. Who appointed them on that committee? The state government appointed them. Now, how can the BJP now say that it is not their party line? Then who were the people who went and garlanded these rapists, these convicts? It was all BJP members. The whole world and MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, for their remission, they approved the remission and they issued a letter on July 11, 2022. Mr. Amit Shah is the Home Minister of our country, and he is from BJP. So how can you separate these two things?
Now, how do you look at this judgment coming in from the Supreme Court of the remission of these 11 convicts, and they have been asked to surrender before the jail?
I welcome this judgment, and I hope it acts as a precedent against rapists in the future.
But why are you demanding an apology from the central government and also from...
Because it is the central government who gave them this clean chit. It is the central government, Union Home Ministry, had approved the remission and the premature release of the convicts by a letter dated July 11, 2022. It is the BJP government headed by then Chief Minister Shri Narendra Modi who could not give justice to Bilkis Bano, and then she had to get justice in Maharashtra. So it is high time that they apologize to her. What is wrong in that?
No, I don't want it to comment on such issues. Ultimately, it is the judiciary. One has to accept whatever the court gives a decision. Let any politicians or let any government not intervene. Ultimately, it is the law of this country which prevail, and it is the courts. We all have to respect the orders of the court.
We welcome the Supreme Court order. It's a very important order because at least it does hold some hope for justice. And importantly, the comments of the Supreme Court also point to the culpability of the central government and the Gujarat government, led by the Bharatiya Janata Party in both cases, because it was the Gujarat government which, according to the Supreme Court, has accepted documents which the court has considered a fraud. The court has said the petitioner has come not with clean hands, and yet this is the petitioner which had the full support of the Gujarat government. It had the full support of the central government. In fact, it was the Home Ministry which encouraged and which okayed the petition made and the reference made by the Gujarat government for the release of convicts who had committed arguably one of the worst crimes in the last 2 decades. So it is a welcome order, and we hope that the hearings which are going to continue will ultimately end injustice for Bilkis Bano and for all women of this country who fight to ensure that such criminals are punished.
बिल्किस बानो केस में जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का बिल्किस बानो केस में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का सीधे सीधे गुजरात सरकार पे निशाना है कि कमिटेड ऑथोरिटी वो नहीं थे रिमिशन के लिए।
ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर हम इसका स्वागत करते हैं। ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट ऑर्डर है। इसमें जो 2-3 बातें स्पष्ट आती है। पहली बात ये है कि गुजरात गवर्नमेंट में जिस प्रकार इस पिटीशन का समर्थन किया और उसकी पैरवी की, ये होम मिनिस्ट्री ने भी इसका पूरा समर्थन दिया। तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और गुजरात गवर्नमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट की इन टिप्पणियों की रोशनी में दोनों दोषी है। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने भी इजाजत दे दी थी। क्या होम मिनिस्ट्री नहीं जानते हैं? क्या सॉलिसिटर जनरल नहीं जानते हैं कि ये बिल्कुल गलत है? क्या उन्होंने चेक नहीं किया? जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा ये फ्रॉड है, ये डॉक्यूमेंट फ्रॉड है, जो पिटिशनर है वो साफ हाथों से नहीं आ रहे कोर्ट में, क्या ये सब बिल्कुल इतने इनोसेंट थे इस हकीकत से? तो ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट कमेंट्स है और प्राथमिक रूप पे जो कोर्ट के कमेंट्स है, जो जजमेंट है, हम इसका स्वागत करते हैं और मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि इस प्रकार की बर्बर अपराध के जो दोषी पाए गए हैं, उनका जगह केवल जेल में है और जितने जल्दी इनको वापस जेल भेजा जाए उतने ही फिर महिलाओं की इज्जत और महिलाओं के अधिकारों का रक्षा होगा।
आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव में वाहवाही लूटने के लिए गुजरात सरकार ने जो कुछ भी किया, सत्ता का दुरुपयोग, शक्ति का दुरुपयोग, उस पर माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जो फटकार लगाई है और कहा है कि सत्ता का दुरुपयोग हुआ है, तो इससे आगे सचेत रहने की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि हमारे देश के 140 करोड़ जनता का विश्वास लोकतंत्र से धीरे धीरे उठता जा रहा है। लगातार सत्ता पक्ष पर, भाजपा पर केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसियों के दुरुपयोग के भी आरोप लग रहे हैं। लगातार इस तरह की बातें आ रही हैं। और महिला सम्मान की बात जहाँ तक है, भाजपा जबानी तो खूब कहती है महिलाओं को सम्मान देंगे, बेटी पढ़ाएंगे, बेटी बचाएंगे, नौकरी देंगे, महिला सशक्तिकरण या फिर रिजर्वेशन बिल, ये तमाम बातें आती हैं, लेकिन धरातल पर जब उनको न्याय करना होता है तो उनको जाति धर्म दिखने लगता है, ऊंच नीच का भेदभाव होने लगता है। ये सब बंद होना चाहिए। जनता सब कुछ देख रही है और ये एक बहुत बड़ा झटका है ऐसे लोगों के खिलाफ जो इस तरह से वाहवाही लूटने के लिए या बायस्ड होकर या पोलराइजेशन के लिए इस तरह का निर्णय लेते हैं।
It's a very good judgment which has upheld the rule of law and the faith of the people of this country, particularly the women of this country, in rule of law, in the legal system, in the courts, and that there is an assurance of justice. In a very detailed judgment authored by Justice Nagaratna, it's a judgment of both the honorable judges, Justice Nagaratna and Justice Bhuya. They have very categorically stated what is the legal analysis and reason for setting aside, quashing the remission orders and directing the convicts to return to prison within a fortnight. The court has said, and it's a scathing indictment of the state of Gujarat. The court has said that the law is clear. The appropriate government is the government where the accused are tried and sentenced, which, as we know, in the case of Bilkis Bano, which is a case emerging from the violence that took place in 2002 in Gujarat. And in this particular trial, there were about 14 counts of murder, including little babies and infants, and gang rapes of women, including a pregnant woman. And in this case, the trial was transferred by the Honorable Supreme Court to a special court in Maharashtra, where they were convicted, and that conviction has been upheld by all superior courts. Therefore, the appropriate government, as has been decided by this court and which is plain in the meaning of the Code of Criminal Procedure, Section 432, was the state of Maharashtra.